Okay, for example 6, convert 800 cubic centimeters to cubic feet. I want to change it to cubic miles. Let's change this to miles. Just because I want something to happen here. Yeah, and it'll happen with cubic miles. It might happen with cubic feet also, but cubic miles is better.
That's part of volume.
The test you're going to have this coming week, it has a conversion problem on it, and the type of thing happens on this, it's going to happen on that. I just want you to see it instructed. So I just want to make this miles, it'll be better. So 500 cubic or 800 cubic centimeters, so 800 centimeters cubed over 1. Now, first off, let me show you something you can do instead of writing out all these things 3 times in a row. I'm going to go cubic centimeters, and just bear with me here and see what I'm doing. If it makes sense of it, great. Otherwise, just do 3 for everyone. All right, write centimeters, 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 and go 3. All right, first off, I know that centimeters is going to go to inches. Inches goes to feet, and feet goes to miles, right? Again, that's all singular units. That's not cubic units, so we don't have numbers based on those for cubics. If I'm going from centimeters to inches, I know that 2.54 centimeters is equal to 1 inch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is inches, this is centimeters, that's cubic centimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cube that. Everything's being cubed there. The 1's being cubed, the inches is being cubed, the 2.54 is being cubed, the centimeters is being cubed. The cubic centimeter that's here and the cubic centimeter that's there cancel. But again, everything in there is being cubed, right? Moving on to the next multiplier, inches to feet. I know that 12 inches equals 1 foot. I put inches on the bottom because inches is on the top. Again, that's not just inches, it's actually inches cubed. This needs to be inches cubed, so I have to cube this entire multiplier. So 1's being cubed, feet's being cubed, 12's being cubed, inches is being cubed. The cubic inches that's here and the cubic inches that's here cancel. And then we're going from cubic feet to cubic miles, and I'm going to multiply. I know that 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. Foot on top, foot on bottom, again, positioning things properly. This is actually cubic feet, this is only feet, so I need to cube this in order to make that cubic feet. It's 1 cubed and miles cubed and 5,280 cubed and feet cubed. This cubic foot here cancels this cubic foot here. And I'm left with miles, 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 which is cubic miles. So again, that's legal. Just know that everything inside those parentheses is being cubed. Numbers, units, everything. As far as getting the answers concerned, 800 is what we started off with. I'm dividing by 2.54 to the 3rd power. I'm going to divide by 12 to the 3rd power. I'm going to divide by 5,280 to the 3rd power. If you're using this kind of calculator, this button right here is the power button. Other calculators have a button that says x to the y power. That's the power button. Know how your calculator works.
That's the second.
Well, x squared is just a 2nd power, but x to the y means you can make the power you want. We want the 3rd power. So I'm going to hit the little caret key to put a 3rd power on these. So 800 divided by 2.54 caret 3. Divided by 12 caret 3 divided by 5,280 caret 3. Okay, now what happens, and this is what I wanted you to see, is this. It gives me this number here, which looks like a decimal, but then it says e negative 13. 1.9193027 e negative 13. Okay. Some calculators display scientific notation in that manner. Other calculators will actually put times 10 to the negative 13th power. But most of the calculators that you guys have are going to say e negative 13. I want you to write down this, 1.92 times 10 to the negative 13th power. That's what that means. This e thing just means times 10, and that's the power. And that's going to be cubic miles. Round the abscissa, which is this number here, to a couple decimal places, times 10 to the power of this. Write your answer like that. Even though your calculator is displaying that, that's what it really means. The other options put decimal point followed by 12 zeros, 192. That's the decimal version of that. I'd rather have that one, though, personally. I don't have to count zeros that way.
The 0 one?
Yeah, this and this mean the same thing. Negative 13th power moves the decimal point 13
Oh, you
spaces
got
that way.
that one.
So I already moved one, so I gotta go 12 more to add zeros, so 12 more zeros. I'd rather have this, but they're both right. I wouldn't count either one wrong. But this one I have to count zeros, you guys don't. You don't have to write zeros, don't have to count zeros, you can do it that way, so go with that. So again, look for scientific notation on your calculator. If you get a nice pretty answer like that, great, or this, great. Once you see this little E showing up, that means scientific notation's happening. Give me a scientific notation looking answer when that happens.